Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy Arrows here, and we are doing a new video series. So, rotation is coming up in a few months, and I want to talk about post-rotation decks. As you know, the format is about to take a serious shift when rotation hits. It's going to be a kind of a dull format until then, because Ascended Heroes doesn't come out until February now, February 20th for the ETBs. And even though some of the products are already out for it now, the set will not become legal until March 6th, I believe. Don't quote me on that. And then we are literally right around the corner to rotation. So I don't want to talk about dull format that's not going to change. So we're going to look at some of the cards that are going to be, some of the decks that I think are going to be really cool to play post rotation. We're also going to like spin this in. So we're going to do some decks. We'll talk about some decks that lose out to rotation in this video series, which I'm going to call, I'll think of a title when it comes to it. This is a deck that I played against in my League Cup that I went to Kingston a couple Saturdays against. This is obviously a newer version of the deck because it's all post rotation. But his version was so good, and I was playing Mega Lucario, so I was like going to automatically lose. So I was just sitting there letting him do like, well, I didn't even like. We just sat there. And I let him do all of his cool things, and it was a fun learning experience. I am of course talking about Mega Diancie EX. As you all know, Gardevoir is rotating out of the format in April, leaving behind, finally killing off one of the best, if not the best, Pokemon deck in the format, and has been for a very long time. Now, I love this deck. This deck hits hard. This deck hits fast. It takes a lot to take out Mega Diancie because it has the ability Diamond Coat, which says this Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks after applying weakness and resistance. And then it also has, for 2 energies, an attack called Garland Ray. Garland Ray lets you discard up to 2 energies attached to Mega Diancie to do 120 damage per energy. So if you're weak to Mega Diancie, that's going to do, you can discard 1 energy for 120, but it's actually going to do 240. So what are we pairing with this? Well, of course, if you're playing Psychic, if you're playing a deck like this where your Pokemon or your main attacker is hard to KO, you're playing Monkey Dory. Monkey Dory, if you all know, has 110 HP. It's a basic Pokemon and has the ability Adrenabrain. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon has a dark energy attached to it, you can move up to 3 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So you attack Mega Diancie. Mega Diancie does not die. A Monkey Dory removes 30 of that damage over to your opponent, and it's a good time. We're rounding out this with Lily's Clefairy as a strong secondary attacker. It has the attack Full Moon Rondo. It does 20 plus damage for each Pokemon on yours and your opponent's is benched. So that's a big chunk of damage. And it also has the ability Fairy Zone, which turns all of your opponent's Dragon's weakness into Psychic, which is fantastic. That means you're going to be hitting those big, strong Dragon decks like Dragapult. Can't think of any other Dragon decks because Garchomp is fighting, and I'm pretty sure Zygarde is also fighting. So it's not really going to be it's really only prevalent against Dragapult, but it's also still going to hit really, really hard. We're of course running Latias EX for its ability, giving your Pokemon, your basic Pokemon, free retreat. It also has an attack that we could make use of in here called Eon Blade that says for 2 psychics and a colorless does 200 damage during your next turn. This Pokemon can't attack, but you can retreat it and bring something else out. And then we're also running Pheasantipity because of course we like drawing cards. We're also running 3 new Pokemon from the upcoming Nullifying Zero set, which is going to be our Perfect Order set in March. We're, of course, running Spritzee and Aromatisse. The Aromatisse is so good. Once per turn, it lets you search your deck for 2 Psychic Energies and place them into your hand. We're also running 1 copy of Meowth EX, who I also believe is coming out in Nullifying Zero. I could be wrong on that one, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. Um, he is this format's version of play him, search your deck for a supporter, add it to your hand. We don't care what else he does. That's what he is. He has an attack. I don't remember what the attack does. The attack does for its 3 for 60, put this Pokemon and all attached cards into your hand, which is just really good. Really good. And of course, as always, you cannot use another ability with another Pokemon with the ability Trump card, but that's okay. We're not going to be. Getting into our supporter trainers, all that fun stuff, we are running 4 copies of Lily's Determination. I feel like this is going to be the go-to supporter in a post-rotation world because it is probably the best draw supporter. Shuffle your hand into your deck, and then if you draw 6 cards, if you have taken 0 prizes, you can draw 8. We're running 4 copies of Crispin. It is imperative that we are constantly attaching energies to Diancie to use the attack. So we are running 4 copies of Crispin. Crispin lets you search your deck for 2 energies of different types. You can add 1 to your hand and attach 1 to one of your Pokemon. So it gives you an extra energy attachment a turn, which is always welcome in Pokemon. We're rounding out our supporter line with 2 copies of Boss's Orders, because we are hopefully going to be taking 1-hit knockouts here, or pretty close to 1-hit knockouts. And we're not going to be taking, the key thing is we're not going to be taking KOs back, hopefully. So having Boss's Orders gives us those easy KOs, especially with Pokemon like Latias still being a thing, Pheasantipity, Lily's Clefairy, just a bunch of cards I'm naming off right now. And I think Meowth is going to be another really good target to Boss's Orders up and one-shot with Mega Diancie. We're running 2 copies of Pokegear 3.0 because we really want to hit on the Crispins. You could theoretically run an extra 2 copies if you wanted to. We are running 4 copies of Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball is the key search card for here because it's going to allow you to get your EXs out when you don't really have another solid way in a post-rotation world to get your EXs out. 4 copies of Wonders Patches, of course, lets us attach Psychic Energies from our discard pile to our bench Psychic Pokemon. 1 copy of Energy Retrieval. Getting energy back from your discard pile is never a bad thing. And then we have 4 copies of Night Stretcher. We want to be constantly getting our energies back so we can attach them and hopefully be attaching twice per turn and taking knockouts. 2 copies of Air Balloon. Everything in here retreats for... Everything in here that's not a basic retreats for 0. And then obviously if we prize our Latias, being able to attach this to something and give it free retreat is also really, really good. Really, really good. We're running 3 copies of Pokepad. This is a new search card in Ascended Heroes. It lets you search your deck for any non-rule box Pokemon. This is going to be another really great way of getting our Spritzies and our Aromateases out. And it also will grab us Monkey Dories, which is super good. And then we are running, what have I not talked about? And of course, our trainer, our A-spec for this deck is Prime Catcher. You could really swap this out with Precious Trolley, or if you really wanted to. No, I think only Precious Trolley and Prime Catcher. You could also use Maximum Belt if you wanted to. It will do an extra 50 damage on Diancie, which means if you do detach 2 energies, you're going to be doing 290, which is really, really sweet damage, especially if they're unable to KO you back. And then you can move that damage off with Monkey Dory, do your double attachments, and have a good time. For our stadiums, we are running 2 copies of Gravity Mountain, which reduces the HP of Stage 2 Pokemon by 30. We're not running any Stage 2 Pokemon, so that's not going to hurt us. And 1 copy of Mystery Garden. Extra card draw is always really good. We are coming into a format with no Professor's Research, no Iono. Lily's Determination is good card draw, but sometimes you just don't want to shuffle your hand in. Mystery Garden says once during each player's turn, that player may discard a energy card from their hand in order to draw cards equal. Draw as many cards. Hold on, I am incapable of reading, apparently. That lets that player may discard an energy card from their hand in order to draw cards until they have as many cards in their hand as they have Psychic Pokemon. I don't 100% know if we're always going to get max value on the card draw, but being able to discard energies and then attach them with Wonders Patch is also really good. Alternatively, you could go all in on the Gravity Mountain. to search out to guarantee those one-shot KOs on stage 2 Pokemon. Alternatively, you can use a new stadium coming out in the next set. It is called Lumiose City. Once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for a basic Pokemon and put it on their bench and shuffle their deck. If a player uses this effect, their turn ends. It is a little extreme ending the turn, but it will net you another solid way of grabbing your Pokemon that you're not going to be able to get with your Pokepad if you don't want to detach an Ultra Ball. Alternatively, you could use Brock's Guidance, which will let you search for 2 basic Pokemon or 1 evolution and add into your hand. That is also a really good card that you could grab and that you could run in here. If you did that, I would run maybe them over the Pokepads because they will get you whatever you need. But it is wasting your supporter for the turn. Energy count, we're running 3 Darks, 1 for each Monkey Dory, and 7 Psychics. I feel like that is a really good number. I do not like running less than 10 energy. Will I probably potentially lose games because of that? Probably. But I just always, like, obviously I feel like you can get away with running less than 10 if you have a deck that is really reliable in searching them out and reattaching them. And honestly, I would if we had access to a rod of some sort. But I really think that this is the list that you want to use in a post-rotation world. Obviously, in a pre-rotation world, you can run your Mew EXs, your Arvins, your Ionos, your Professor's Researches, your Nest Balls. But I really think that this is a strong deck going forward in a post-rotation world. It has a great matchup into Dragapult. It one-shots into Absol, and if you replace Belt with if you replace Catcher with Belt, you one-shot into Absol, you one-shot into Kangaskhan. You automatically one-shot into Dragapult if you can get one of your 2 Lily's Clefairies on the field. I think Dragapult is going to be a really strong... Well, Dragapult is a strong deck right now, but I think Dragapult is going to be a really, really, really strong deck in the next format because Gardevoir is no longer a thing. And if this deck doesn't pick up, then you're honestly going to be doing pretty good. And the other cool thing about Mega Diancie is it has a beautiful steel type weakness. It's not weak to dark. Same with Lily's Clefairy. Same with our Aromateases. So you're not going to be as weak to Marnie's Grimmsnarl, and you're not going to be, if you're playing this in a pre-rotation, you're not going to get obliterated by Charizard if you haven't taken a ton of prizes. So really good things to keep in mind. But let me know what you think about Mega Diancie. Do you think it has a place in the format? Do you think that it is going to be a strong deck going forward? Let me know what you think. And also in the comments, let me know what you would like to see the next deck we talk about. Do you guys like Grass Box going into the rotation? Like, honestly, Mega Meganium is looking really, really good to me. With 2 energies and the Meganium on the field, you're hitting for 270 damage, which is insane. Yes, it does require a little bit of setup, but I definitely feel like we're going into a slower format next format. So, but we'll see. Don't forget to like the channel, subscribe to the channel, ding the notification bell if you would like to check out any of our card game content. Also, head over and check out Arrows Does RPGs and Arrows Gaming. We are going to be doing VGC on Arrows Gaming. We're going to be posting VGC videos where we play RPGs on Arrows Does RPGs. It is all under the Arrows Incorporated brand. That's right, I'm a brand. Not a good one, but I'm a brand. But I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget, we stream on Twitch couple times throughout the week. If you're watching this video on Tuesday when it goes live, you have missed the Monday stream, but we're going to be streaming VGC on Wednesday, and we're going to be streaming on YouTube on Arrows Does RPGs on Wednesday night. We're playing a Switch 2 playthrough of Pokemon Scarlet, and honestly, it's real good. And then we're going to be streaming on Saturday and Sunday. Hopefully, I'll see you guys there. Hopefully, you enjoy the content. Hopefully, you're enjoying me, even though I can be a little much. I understand. But until the next time, friends, my name is Arrows. I love card games, and I love talking about card games with you. I will see you in the next one. Bye.